Let's talk about leaving California. It's no secret that plenty of people are fleeing California lately. Plenty of big names, celebrities, and entrepreneurs like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Tom Hanks, and even Graham Stephan, who's a real estate YouTuber that owns multiple homes in Los Angeles, is leaving California as well. I'm here in the belly of the beast, Los Angeles. I was born and raised here, and I'm letting you know today why I'm not leaving Los Angeles in the foreseeable future. Not jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm not going anywhere. Now, before I talk about my situation and why I'm choosing to stay in Los Angeles, let's take a look at the two strongest reasons most people are leaving Los Angeles. Number one, financial reasons. Number two are lifestyle reasons why people are leaving Los Angeles. Hey friends, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jason. I sell homes here in Los Angeles. I post 2 videos per week. One is chill, a little bit more like this, where it feels like a conversation. It's just about lifestyle and current events. Now, the second video I post every week is a real estate housing market update to keep you guys updated on what's going on with home prices so you can make the most informed decision, typically posted on Fridays. So make sure that you stay constantly informed. You need to follow my nephew Nathan and
don't forget to subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up.
Let's get into the 2 main reasons that people are leaving Los Angeles. For financial reasons. It is indeed expensive to live in California, especially here in Los Angeles. Now, before I made this video, I did a little bit of research and I took a look at the average national rent, and it is typically about $1,463 to rent a 1-bedroom apartment here in the United States nationwide. Now, I looked up the average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment here in Los Angeles, and the average 1-bedroom apartment here in Los Angeles rents for $2,320. That's undeniably a huge price difference. That $2,320 is almost double the national average of rent. But you need to keep in mind, some of these numbers are inflated when we look at rent prices. Locally here in Los Angeles, over the last 2 years, due to low interest rates and real estate construction development, we've seen an explosion of luxury apartments, even in neighborhoods that were not so popular. All of the new apartments that have been going up, and there have been a lot of apartments going up, like something like more than 4 times the amount of new apartments that we've been seeing over the last 5 to 10 years, and that has been unrealistically boosting the price of rental comps. Yes, the prices in these luxury apartments are very high for simply a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's still, although it's very high, it's still not a realistic number for the rest of Los Angeles. Let me tell you that a lot of people who are leaving California and Los Angeles are newcomers. They're not savvy, they don't know the area, and they're getting slammed with the highest market value possible. I know from my circle of friends that you can definitely get a much better deal than that renting out here in Los Angeles. Although it's not cheap, you could definitely get a better deal. Like I mentioned, just above a year ago, last year, my wife and I were renting a 1-bedroom apartment for about $1,450. According to the information that I just presented, that's even below the national average. This was even in a very expensive and very popular neighborhood called Mar Vista. It's just inches away from Venice Beach. And down the street from us, we're paying $1,450 for a 1-bedroom apartment. Down the street from us were new construction homes being put up for $2.5 million. That's right, we were living on the same street as homes that were $2.5 million. When I was jogging up this street, Inglewood, that crosses Venice, I was crossing paths with the owner of a new home that I know from looking at the comps and looking at what was sold, it was $2 million. Just this odd thing, because here I was renting this quaint little apartment, and I was walking by a guy who just bought a $2 million house, and teardown homes were about $1.4 million as well in this neighborhood. I'll put the link to that video down below in the description for you guys. In summary, it can be affordable to live in a major city in Southern California if you know where to go and you know where to get a deal. This is why you need to not always buy the hype. There's always a way to pay less. You don't have to pay top dollar for everything. It's definitely not easy to find a deal, but you can come to a major city and hunker down, pay that minimal rent until you start your own small business, until you invest in stocks, or you actually purchase your first home. In my opinion, that's why either rent control or simply shopping for an affordable place to live when you're young, especially fresh out of college, is so important. Putting together a safety savings account or simply purchasing your first home. This brings us to the number 2 reason people are leaving California is for lifestyle reasons. Now, unlike financial reasons that I mentioned before, lifestyle is pretty tough, and I can't identify with people who are leaving California, especially major cities, due to lifestyle reasons. There's definitely a lot of convenience here in California, especially Southern California, and most specifically Los Angeles, that you can go skiing, visit the beach, and go to Disneyland all in one day. Grocery stores, restaurants, clothing stores, almost anything you would want to buy and need are very close together. You don't have to go to another town to get just about anything. Unfortunately, with this convenience comes congestion. Traffic is very, very heavy here in Los Angeles. Everybody knows about it. It's not a secret. Now, what it used to be about 10 years ago is that if you knew the side streets, you could go through these smaller streets and you could pretty much wiggle through Los Angeles with little to no slowdowns and just kind of smoothly go through the city. However, for 2 reasons. Number 1, the place is so crowded that even the small streets are crowded. And number 2, traffic apps like Waze have shown people who are even new to town how to get through these small streets. Those are congested too now. Being bogged down in traffic about 3 to 4 hours per day is no fun for anyone. It might be somewhat bearable if you have a self-driving Tesla. Let me tell you though, people leaving Los Angeles is nothing new. This has been going on for a while. As a local, I can tell you that there was an invisible wave of high prices coming from the Pacific Ocean, sweeping west all the way east. Things got more and more expensive and kept pushing people further and further east. To illustrate this a little further, about 15 years ago plus, as long as you didn't live about 2 or 3 miles away from the ocean, you could either buy a small house or you could rent a small apartment, and most normal people would be good. You'd be okay. You'd have a decent amount of extra money left over. The number 1 reason for these high prices recently, over the last 4 years or so, are due to large tech companies moving into Venice Beach, Marina del Rey, Culver City, areas like this. A couple of things happened when these companies came to town. They brought a lot of people from across the country, different tech skill related jobs. Not only did a lot of people come in, but they had a high salary. The landlords saw these people come in with high salaries. They would rent just about any apartment that was close by. Those apartments got filled up and the prices skyrocketed. Now, with that rush of young people who were making a lot of money, it took up a lot of affordable housing and it pushed a lot of people further east to different places inland. Places like East LA started to get crowded, and now those places have even become pricey compared to about 10 or 15 years ago. People kept traveling east into these desert locations known as the Inland Empire. There's different places like Palmdale and Lancaster that have definitely risen in population. Those are the only new places in this area that have affordable multi-unit housing and also have low income and Section 8 housing. So going back to my story, like I said, I am definitely not leaving Los Angeles. I know this place very well, and it has changed a lot over the last 10 years. Although the cost of living is high here and the traffic is dense, this is where my family is. This is where my parents are. This is where my brother is. And this is also where my family-in-law is. And we are very connected here in this crazy city. Most of us live about 2 or 3 miles away from each other, and that's definitely a blessing in a crazy place like this. We make sure that we see each other at least once a week. Another reason that we're staying here in California, especially Los Angeles, is that now we own a home here. Nobody's gonna raise the rent on us, and our value has gone up more than $25,000 in less than a year. Just think about it, holding on to this one home will yield some really insane cash flow from rental income 12 years from now. I'm telling you guys, just holding 1 or 2 homes and watching that value go up over the course of 10 years is more significant than most people's pensions and their Roth IRA. This is why I strongly advise, as long as you can afford it, as long as you can do it, to own your home. If you want to stay put in one place for 10 years or more, it's definitely worth it to own that home. Nobody will raise the rent on you, and with that value going up, you could either rent it out or you could sell it for a profit. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, the beginning of every week we'll have a more casual topic like this, and it'll feel more like a conversation. Now, the end of the week is reserved for the real estate market update, where I give you guys minute by minute update on interest rates, the prices of homes across the United States and locally here in Los Angeles. And that is why you guys should subscribe to this channel, so that way you stay tuned to the latest news and you can make the best informed decision based on the information that I'm showing you guys and giving you this latest information once a week, every week at the end of the week. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so every time I make a new video, you are the first ones to know about it. You get to see it right away. That pushes this information out to many, many more people who will need it. Think about it, there's a lot of people who are having a difficult time surviving out here in Los Angeles. They may have been secretly suffering and feeling alone in their problems. They may have been having a difficult time, and this video will help them. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later this week.